Okay. Today's class is about. It's really good. It's energy conversion technologies. Before that, I'll be briefing all about what energy is, what are different types of energy, how energy can be. You know that energy can neither be created nor destroyed, but it can be transferred from one form to other form. So different forms of energies, how the energy conversion is taking place around us. First, that introduction we'll have. So if you see this is a basic thing where you have on your right hand corner the energy sources which we are utilizing for power and the energy which is there in nature. Second one in the middle, you can see a person cycling. This is a kind of mechanical energy. And on the left, different types of energies which we'll be seeing in detail. This is a bit big PPT, so I'll be rushing it. If there's any problem, you can stop me. You can ask any questions. Okay. So what is energy? Energy is the ability to do work. If you see that picture, a person is playing tennis. So how the energy is involved in this following picture? The tennis player does work on a racket. The racket does work on the ball, and the ball does the work on the net. So this is how the energy is being transferred from the person to the ball. Okay, we have different states of energy. The basic states, you have kinetic energy, the energy of motion when energy is being transferred. This kinetic energy, the main character or the main parameter is velocity. Okay. The faster the motion, the more kinetic energy it has. The bigger the mass, the more kinetic energy it has. Okay. So what it directly depends is if there is an increase in kinetic energy, you will have that the main parameters will be your mass and velocity. If the velocity increases, your kinetic energy will increase. If your mass increases, your kinetic energy will increase. So if I say that you have 1 kilo of wool, I know this comedy has been come in social media. 1 kilo of cotton and 1 kg of iron, which will come down. Both will come down at the same time because the both mass is same. Though the density will vary, though the volume will vary, that is different. We are talking about the kinetic energy. Kinetic energy will depend only on mass and velocity. So why would a high speed collision cause more damage than a low speed collision? Why do you think? Because the velocity which has been coming over here, it will be transferred. So you can see this when the impact takes place, the energy coming from this truck, it has been totally transferred to this car. This thing, automobile students will be studying in different types of safety systems where you talk about the crumble zone. Okay, so that is different subject. But the basic thing is the energy is being transferred from one to another, or you can see that momentum is being transferred. So states of energy. Next is your after the kinetic energy, you have your potential energy. It is the energy stored or the energy that has been waiting to get transferred. Now, the proper example for your kinetic energy and potential energy can be given in a dam condition. Dam, a dam which is built across your river, you'll have a reservoir and a dam. So they say that reservoir, it has a water collected based on the height. Your potential energy is being stored. So the maximum height you have the reservoir water level, so much amount of potential energy is there. If the water is being thrown out, you can see that everything will get converted to kinetic energy and will just rush out. This example again you can see it in two bottles having two different water levels. If you put a straw and take some water from the higher level to lower level, we can see the water coming very fast, and it will reduce, the water level will start reducing, and the velocity of the water also will start reducing. That is because of potential energy is being converted to kinetic energy. And there will be a state where it is called equilibrium, where no energy can be transferred. Okay, so potential energy is there in like rubber bands, where object is not moving or doing work like kinetic energy, but the shape or position of the object will definitely change the amount of potential energy in it. When work is done on an object, potential energy is being stored. It has the ability to turn into kinetic energy. Okay, so these are the examples of potential energy, where rubber band or your bow and arrow is also an example, where this left side, your potential energy, as he releases his finger, this will get converted to kinetic energy and it will move your arrow. So, can anyone say in this picture which is kinetic energy and which is potential energy? The first one, hammer blown on a chisel. What is it? Kinetic energy or potential energy? Someone say. Anyone can say. Irish told kinetic energy. Good. Rubber band of this shape. I just told now it is potential. Can you tell the last one? Okay, when you swing the hammer, it is kinetic energy, rubber band potential, bow and arrow potential, and this again your kinetic energy. You'll have a stationary on this paunch. So what happens is it has this potential energy. When the ball comes and hits it, it will have a chaotic behavior, which will get converted to your kinetic energy. So this is a simple experiment which we all have done, a simple pendulum exercise, where you can see that at when the velocity is moving, you have a kinetic energy increase. And when you see in this mean position, and this is your base position, when you when the ball reaches over here, your potential energy will be less. Whereas when you take it to a larger extent, your potential energy is more. Okay. Similar condition is there in your roller coaster. So you get power and it moves to the top part. Potential energy is being created. And from here, it will go back on its own, where the potential energy is being converted to kinetic energy. Okay. So the point A, it has higher potential, it utilizes and it becomes kinetic energy, and it comes to point D, where it has the second level of potential energy. But this position D over here will have a lower potential energy when compared to A because of the height difference. Okay. So this is how it goes. So that is about potential energy and kinetic energy. With those energies, we can come to different forms of energy. Forms of energy are mechanical in nature, electrical in nature, thermal, radiant, chemical, sound, and nuclear. Radiant is usually electromagnetic, light, sound. Those can be radiant, I mean, light. Those can be radiant. It can be radiated anywhere. Okay, so that is radiation form of energy. So we'll come to that first, mechanical energy. The energy associated with motion or anything moving with potential or kinetic is called mechanical energy. Okay. Examples of mechanical energy, I have told you, where your potential is converted to kinetic. A person walking or running, or when a wind blowing, you can see mechanical energy being acted. Next is your thermal. Thermal is heat energy. It is kinetic in nature. It results from friction. or it causes temperature and phase changes. Phase changes is something like it changes from solid to liquid, liquid to gas. For example, you have an ice cube, it is solid in nature. When you apply thermal energy or a heat, it becomes to liquid. There is a change of phase. If you supply more heat, it changes from water to steam. Again, there is a phase change from liquid to gas. So that is your thermal. Okay. This is your hot spring on your right and this ice cube melting. Next form of energy is chemical. The energy that is released as a result of molecular bonds being broken. This actually happens in our body also. When we eat food, it gets broken down into different amino acids like proteins like with different amino acids. Then it will have some other vitamins and other things which is being got to us from our body. And we have even carbohydrates and fat which has been stored for us as an energy. Okay, that when we walk or run or do any work, it has been utilized. It has been transferred to some other form. But if this chemical energy is being transferred to mechanical energy, we are walking, it has been transferred to mechanical energy. So there is a energy conversion. Okay. Some examples of chemical energy is in this way. Burning wood, chemical energy stored in the wood is used to toast your mushrooms, marshmallows or mushrooms. Chemical energy is stored in marshmallows as sugar molecules, and that when we consume it, it is being that is how they are saying that there is an energy transfer. But it's basic, and all forms of energy is being there in sun, which we are believing. So next form of energy is your electrical energy. Electrical energy, energy of moving electrons. It is always kinetic in nature. The electrical outlets in your home allows you to use the electrical energy. So how we are getting energy is that is also a different conversion process which I'll be telling. Next is sound. Sound caused by an object's vibration. When you tap, you can see there is a vibration taking place. Because of that vibration, the particles around you, it carries that vibration as a form of sound. It is potential as well as kinetic in nature. Example, guitar strings vibrating is potential and kinetic. It has energy. Once you just disturb it, it gets converted to kinetic energy. Okay, next is light. It is produced by the vibration of electrically charged particles that are visible. So this is your electromagnetic spectrum where you are able to see only visible light. You must be knowing this. Then you have your gamma, which is highly powerful and least powerful FM short waves. Okay. So other examples of electromagnetic energy are microwave for cooking, radio waves which is used for radio frequencies, X-rays and infrared rays. Infrared they use it in military purpose or finding different cold or different types of objects. Now, what is trending is they are using this infrared cameras as thermal screening in airports and restaurants. Then your X-rays, it's also a form of electromagnetic energy. Next is nuclear. We had discussed in last class. It is because of the energy which has been caused because of making a neutron or a nucleus or an basically an atom what is it? Not balanced or making it excited state. That time you have your nuclear energy being acting. It is example is you can see it in sun. You can see it in nuclear power plants. Okay. Is there anywhere you use your nuclear form of energy? Is there anyone?
Sir,
Ah,
in ships, in large ships, ships
in
and submarines.
large submarines they are using it. Good. Then where else? What is this world fearing about? Don't know. Do you know they are nuclear bombs?
Yes, sir.
Ah. Okay, we'll talk that later. So, which form of energy is been represented in each picture? Can you all see? A bit fast. It's already 15 minutes. It's gone. Soon,
Electrical,
soon. Electrical,
thermal,
thermal. Good. This is actually a cooling tower. You can call it as thermal, or you can even call it as nuclear also. Next, a baby crying.
sound,
Sound. Okay. Pulp,
light energy,
light energy. Battery,
So
chemical,
chemical energy.
electrical energy. Okay. This fire, burning,
chemical,
chemical. Actually, this can be energy stored in it is also potential in nature. And over here, a parcel van moving, it is kinetic. You can also call it as okay. So energy is that certain something inside. I don't know who answered it. Thank you.
thank you, sir.
Uh, Energy is that certain something inside stuff or a matter that is more precise that makes everything happen. That is a code given by a novelist, so it is difficult to understand. The general thing is it is always available and it can be utilized for making it into one form or another form. We can't say there is no energy. That is rubbish or that is really a wrong statement. There is energy, but only thing is it is getting converted to something which is not usable. Never you can say that we don't have energy. We have energy. We say energy has been exhausted. How can energy get exhausted? The basic thing is energy can be neither created nor destroyed. Right. Only because you are tired, that means that your kinetic energy is being converted to potential energy. That you're not moving, you're not doing any work. Okay. So when something or somebody moves or jumps or falls or explodes or breathes or thinks, see, even if you think, they say that your energy is being conserved. People generally people say that when you study for your exams, you feel hunger very soon. That is because your brain is working and it is consuming more energy. Or dance or does anything, it is because energy is being transformed. Okay. So simple energy conversions, that is converting energy into different forms. We can see this. Your basic thing is your kinetic energy, potential energy is being converted to kinetic energy and back. This is there until your pendulum will stop or it will come to rest. Okay. So here you have your maximum potential energies and maximum kinetic energies. This is one form of conversion. Next conversion, when we eat food, chemical energy in the food is converted to mechanical energy when you are moving, and it creates heat in your body, which is another form of energy. Okay, so what they say is chemical is converted to mechanical, mechanical is converted to thermal. Now, examples of other chemical energy conversions is batteries. Your first one is horses, that is same thing as us. Second is batteries. It has chemical energy in it. Lead acid battery, how it gets discharged and charging. Automobile will study, and electrical, of course, you'll be knowing. Chemical will also study about this. So batteries will have chemical energy in it that will get converted to light when it uses. That light will be connected to heat, then sometimes sound. Gas is also a chemical energy. It gets converted to mechanical heat, and for explosion and all, you can hear some sound. So it is taken as right. Next, lightning. Electrical energy. Do you know how lightning occurs? There will be two potential clouds coming together in contact. What happens is higher potential charge will jump to the lower potential. That time, your electrons from there will jump to this. or ions which jumps from higher potential to lower potential. When it jumps, what the byproducts are electricity that which comes out in the form of light and sound. So that is how your lightning strikes happen. Next is electrical energy conversions. You have your mixer grinder, which is used to blend things. From electricity, it has been converted to your mechanical energy. Next is hair dryer. Here, what happens is your electrical energy is converted to a blower, which creates a velocity by sucking air from this side, and you have a heating coil on the other side. So, what happens is it has been converted to your heat energy, and through movement, it has been converted to your kinetic energy, which is a hot air which has been blown out. Next is your gas stove, which has been connected. Your chemical energy has been connected to converted to your heat energy, and this is your light. I'm sorry, this is your sound speaker. Okay, so mechanical energy conversions. This is because of friction. This is because of your wind, your pedaling, and this is potential energy coming from your converted to your kinetic energy, water movement. This is one good example where photosynthesis and other things or energy transfer has been happening. You can see that from sun, all the banana tree changes solar energy, radiant energy into carbohydrates. You get banana that a monkey is eating. So the chemical energy in carbohydrates is stored in banana. It's eaten by a monkey. Then chemical energy is stored in glucose inside the monkey body, and then to its fibers, muscle. It has been transferred to its muscle fibers. So when it starts moving, that chemical energy is being converted to mechanical energy, and as a human living thing, it will emit out heat. Okay, so that is infrared heat. It will emit out. So again, there is an energy transfer. So energy is there in the surroundings. It is not gone anywhere. Next is conservation of energy. What is conservation of energy? Conservation of energy means you are utilizing it, saving the energy by in other forms or any other required forms mainly. So the law of conservation of energy states that when one form of energy is converted to another form of energy, no energy is destroyed in this process. This is what I told in the first. Or the other terms you can put it as energy can neither be created nor destroyed, but can be transferred from one form of energy to another form of energy. From school, we had been into this rhythm of saying that the energy can neither be created nor destroyed, but can be converted from one form of energy to another form of energy. But this poet he has written as law of conservation of energy states that when one form of energy is converted to another form of energy, no energy is destroyed in this process. This is how you can change. So energy is not cannot be created. You can't create energy. Can you create energy? Can you say an example where you can create energy? If you say an example, I will find out how there is energy being transferred. You can think. You can take your time. 1 minute time I'll give you. Come on, try. Anyone can try. No one, huh? So agreed that energy can either neither be created nor destroyed, but it can be transferred from one form of energy to other. Okay. So these are other energy sources. Two types of energy which we are talking about is renewable and non-renewable energy. Now the exact picture comes to us. So you can see a hydroelectric power plant. On the right side, you have your coal mine. Okay. Next class, I can show you some coal energy which has been converted to thermal energy when we talk about energy efficiencies. And next, this is your wind energy which has been converted. This is a old kind of windmill which powers only your home. It's a domestic purpose windmill. So this is your water hydro energy. This is your wind energy. This is your geothermal. And next is your biomass, that is wood. So renewable sources, we have waters and dams. For example, we have our own Metro Dam. Wind moving, that is windmills. You have Pollachi, Sudmalapet and all having good amount of uh, wind energy utilizing using windmills. I don't know how many of you have seen. Next is geothermal hot springs where we can find it in Himalayas. When we do geothermal energy, I can show you where there are hot springs and where there is geothermal extracting points in India. Biomass, you know that everywhere or anywhere we can put it. If you have around 10 lakhs, you can put a small biomass plant and you can generate the power. So your first picture to your left is a hot spring. Next is your underground charging and recharging. That is, you have a hot area over here. What they send is you see the blue pipe. Can you see the blue pipe? The blue pipe, it will send the cold water. That cold water, it absorbs the heat and it becomes to hot water and it's sent to your home. This cold springs, usually you can find it in Himalayas. Himalayas itself, we know that it is cold. And you will be wondering how there is hot spring in the bottom. That is how our earth is. So warming those places, they utilize the underground heat. Okay. So non-renewable resources cannot be replaced after use or it takes millions of years to get replaced. Example is fossil fuel. We have already discussed this. So this is your coal mine. This is your petroleum extraction. And this is your fossil fuel which has been utilized for domestic purpose. Okay. Then non-renewable resources, you have coal, natural gas, petroleum. We have already this. This thing you can see. Last class I have told you all about fossil fuels, where you get the different types of coal. Where starting is your peat, the just decomposition started. Then you have lignite. As you go, you will have bituminous. Then you have your the top quality coal, which is called as. Do anyone remember? Anyone?
Anthracite.
Ah, very good. Who's that?
Melvin.
Who?
So Melvin Jones.
Melvin. Ah, okay, Melvin. Super, Melvin. So next is complex energies conversions. It's complex because there are more than 3 to 4 conversions taking place over here. You can say that electricity basically to get electricity, there will be some 3 4 conversions. From there, what happens is it will get heated up, your tungsten element. So it has been converted to heat energy, it gets excited, and what happens, it starts to glow. You will have light energy, heat energy coming out. So that is why this is called as complex energy conversions. We might think it's just a bulb. To get a light out of this bulb, it's very difficult. Okay. So once you emit out light, natural byproduct energy will be your heat. So whatever, if you supply 2 volts of current, the 2 volts entire has not been converted to your light. Around 0.5 volts or 1 volt will be converted to light and other 1 volt will be converted to heat. Okay, but what you say, utilizing power, you need only light. How is it possible? It is not possible at all. You say there is losses. Those losses is nothing but the energy which has been transferred, it has not been utilized. Okay. So complex energies, all energies originate from sun. As we all in the solar system, we consider sun as the primary source of energy. How can we make energies from the sun usable? That is what we are studying in solar. In turn, we are studying in wind. Everything because of sun, we have this ocean. This earth is being stable for human. Next, energy conversions involved with the sun. You know there is nuclear fission and nuclear fusion are taking place inside the sun. I don't know how many of you will know, but it is happening. You can't say there is only fusion happening. There is fission also happening. In this environment, if you want to create fusion, that power or the source for creating fusion can be got only because of fission. So nuclear power plant, when we study, what we say is we'll be talking about only nuclear fission. But nuclear fusion is possible. You need high amount of energy. If you supply high amount of energy, you get double the amount of energy which has been got from the fusion process. Okay, fusion is fusing two nuclei. Fission is breaking a nuclei into two smaller nuclei. Okay, so merging it needs more energy, whereas parting we need only just small amount of energy. It will be something like going to be unstable. You just trigger with one electron, it will become highly unstable and it will just dissociate or separate into two. That is your fission. Fusion, what happens is you try to bring it closer. It will try. It will, of course, it will reject or it will start resisting it. But you overcome that resistance with more power. You try to fuse it. When it fuses, what happens is it just blasts out into a higher energy level because you have two energies and extra one energy being to fuse. Everything will be converted to and you just blast out. That is your fusion. Okay. Actually, fusion is really interesting when we study. It is just because of two smaller nucleon. It is not even as big as your fission. Fission, you need a big atom or a big nucleus, then it breaks into smaller nuclei. Here, there are only two chotas, two small nucleus. That you bring together and it will become a bit more bigger one. That's all. That is two hydrogen get converted to one helium. Okay. So we'll talk in our later classes. So we can see this fuel energy transfer, nuclear to light, nuclear in the sense, basically what is there in sun, nuclear to light, light to chemical, chemical to chemical, then chemical to fossil, that is what they are talking about the coal, it is chemical again. They burn it, chemical to thermal, thermal to mechanical, mechanical to electricity, electricity to the byproduct, your light. So this is the process of just getting light when you just put a switch. You think you just put a switch, you get light. But the entire conversion is this thing. Really complex this world is, right? Next is similar nuclear energy. I don't know what the time is. 35. Okay. I'll rush. Nuclear energy, I've already talked about it. You have nuclear power plants. Then you have solar energy. Disadvantages. Sun is not really a renewable source. It's readily available as of now in all areas of the world. Why do they say sun is not renewable? Renewable, we are talking only because as soon as it gets depleted, it gets recharged. But whereas in sun, in this earth, there is a problem that we have day and night. It gets recharged only in day. Night, if it get exhausted, what will you do? Sorry, transferred to one form, what will you do? Unusable form. You'll have to wait for next day, 6 o'clock in the morning, to get your sunlight, and you can recharge it. So that's the reason they say it is not really renewable. This is the question for doing a debate. So people who can say sun is renewable source can stand on one side, and who supports this statement can stand on the other side. Hydroelectric, wind energy, geothermal, biomass. There is another conversion. This is a person cycling. Chemical energy in your body is converted to kinetic energy when your muscle fibers contract and relax. Your leg transfer this kinetic energy to the pedals, pushing them to around the cycle. The pedals transfer this kinetic energy to the gear wheel, which transfers kinetic energy to the chain. The chain moves the transferred energy to the back wheel, which keeps you moving. And last is exploring energy. You can have nuclear energy, which comes from electromagnetic rays. You have electromagnetic energy becoming chemical energy. Chemical energy being chemical energy, it gets stored in the photosynthesis process. Then when it dies, it becomes a fossil. The chemical energy is stored in coal. That coal is being burnt over here. This is your thermal power plant. It becomes chemical energy, becomes into thermal energy. Thermal energy, because they use water, the water gets converted to steam. The steam, you run it. This is your turbine. So thermal energy is being transferred to your mechanical energy. Your mechanical energy, it is coupled with your generator. So generator, it produces electricity. So mechanical energy becomes electrical energy. Electrical energy, it can be transferred and it becomes a household domestic current. Okay. So this is a basic process. We have power plants. We get coal. Coal is used for burning. You have this water, steam. This is your turbine. Turbine will be coupled to your generator, and from there you get it. So next year, if you're opting power plant engineering, we'll be studying in detail about this. That is a good subject where we utilize their renewable also will come as one unit. All the solar power plants and all, it comes under one unit. But other things are there which we won't be studying in this. Your conventional fuel or conventional power plants will be studied over there. I mean,